What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck OLED and LCD gameplay video for you guys today. And today we're gonna try out Doom the Dark Ages. Now, it just came out, so it might not work. Heck, it might not have enough VRAM, or it might just not be good enough to play the game at all, regardless. Or it might just crash and not even run. So, we'll try and figure out all that in this video. And since I know it has Denuvo, I'm not gonna sit here and try a bunch of different Protons or any of that stuff. And I'm only gonna try it out on one Steam Deck, because, I mean, I know the Steam Deck OLED is better, it's improved and everything, but it's not like it's night and day difference. So if it works on one, it should. If it doesn't work on the one, it's probably not going to work on the other. So why waste the computer Denuvo thing? Because then I won't be able to test all of the other computers. I mean, I can only do 5 today anyway, which sucks, but I just wanted to do what I usually do and start on the lower end stuff first. Not that that makes it bad or anything, but in any case, we'll do the same thing with the Ally 2. I'm going to try it on the Z1 Extreme, and if it plays on there and does everything fine, well then cool, we'll play on both. If it doesn't, well, then we're going to have to just give up and move on to the Firebat. Anyway though, that is enough blabbery. Now, let's get to the Doom gameplay. Well, hopefully. Now, just because of that, I probably jinxed it, now it's not gonna run or something, but hopefully not. Let's stay positive, shall we? Well, here's the settings we were gonna try to go with. We didn't go with anything too crazy, but unfortunately, right after this menu screen, I stopped having graphics working properly, so we weren't actually able to get any gameplay. At least not yet. Maybe that will change, and we'll come back and try again, but for now, it was a total shit show. Not too surprising, though. Both this and the Ally and the Firebat and all those things are well under the recommended minimum specs, so can't expect it to even work at all, let alone well. But I still wanted to try it, just to do my due diligence. But glad I only tried it on one Steam Deck, so we didn't waste Denuvo licenses. You can only get 5 a day, and then you gotta wait 24 hours, then you can do more. Not a big deal for everyone else, but sucks for YouTubers like me that with multiple systems. Anyway, it is game time. Well, alright, I usually don't pop in during this section anymore, but when a game completely fails to work at all like this, I feel like I should probably pop in and explain what the heck people are looking at, versus just going like, huh, why is the screen just like basically nothing but artifacts? Why is it just frozen? Things like that, so I decided I'd pop in for a change. Besides, I'm not gonna lie, I liked doing this, but then when I got to doing all these different systems, it started being too much to do a custom audio thing for each individual screen recorded gameplay. Plus, a lot of people just want to hear the game anyway, so I figured, you know what? Let's try to make both crowds happy. We'll try to keep these, you know, just the game, and then for the people that like hearing me yak, you can do that on the cam recorded portion. Although I still try to not talk as much, just to not irritate people, because a lot of people just want to hear the game there too. But some people like listening to me yak and listening to my voice, so I don't want to piss them off. Now see what, we got a big old black screen and freeze. So I thought, you know what? Let's just let it chill. Oh, well, it's coming back. But no matter what, it was nothing but a shit show. It never did crash on me though, I don't believe. I had to quit out of the game, which made me think I was going to have to restart the Steam Deck. But eventually, I got the Steam Deck menu to come up and say exit game. But yeah, as you can see, it is not happy. It is a very unhappy camper right now. And you can't say I didn't give it a chance. I sat here for, I think, like 3 minutes and some change, trying to let it just, you know, maybe work itself out. Some games will lag and stutter and be terrible, and then all of a sudden they'll just be totally fine. And then you'd be like, all right, cool, now I'm getting like 30, 40 FPS. All right, sweet. But unfortunately, my dreams were shattered. Well, not really dreams. I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to play all the Dooms on your Steam Deck, but I think on this one you'd have to stream this from a much more powerful PC. And in any games like this where you kind of have to, you know, aim and dodge things properly, I don't think people would want to deal with input lag and whatnot from streaming. So I think this is a better off played on a much more powerful system, or at least a mid-range PC. Like G15 Advantage is probably about as low end as I'd go for this game. Although if you have an NVIDIA GPU, you can probably go even lower, because they do much better with ray tracing and whatnot. And AMD does not, and this is a forced RT title, so I think even the G15 Advantage, I had to like rely on FSR and medium settings to get like 60 plus most of the time. I'm sure it'd still have drops. But as you can see, we get some text and a black screen, so we're not doing too well in this game on this Steam Deck so far. And obviously even letting it go this long was kind of stupid. I should have just cut it a long time ago. But then I saw this right as I was about to quit, and I was like, huh, we have a bunch of floating squares. Hell yeah, and clouds. This is the best game ever. Game of the year right here. But no, it's not the game's fault. Like I said, this is well under the minimum specs.
The village of Kali is a mining settlement. If it falls, everything will be destroyed. The Invasion Center
Plus, it's fun to do that again.
Launch the Slayer.
Can't really do that during the camera recorder portion since I have a handful of games or controller. So, most of the time, unless it's like 420 or something, I generally am not going to like set stuff down and go hit the bowl. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm looking at in this scene. I just started getting mesmerized. I think I was pretty stoned at this point. I was like, whoa, so many colors and shapes, man. No, not really. But I was definitely like, still hoping it would come back. But I think right around here, I just gave up. So, let's go wrap up. Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Doom the Dark Ages already. Honestly, got farther than I thought I would, but yeah, did not quite go so well. But truth be told, I figured it was gonna crash before even loading. I wouldn't be able to get to settings or nothing. It would just kind of spin the little Steam logo, maybe for like 5-10 minutes, and then just either restart the whole Steam Deck or crash back to the Steam desktop, or technically big picture mode, but you know what I mean. Just crash back to the desktop, and that would be that. But nope, we actually got into the game, got into the settings, and I figured, oh cool, maybe we'll actually get some gameplay. It probably won't get much better than 30-40 FPS if that, but hey, let's go try. And nope, as soon as we tried to get into the game, I was like, huh, that seems a little weird. Where's the graphics at? And I'm like, oh, there's some here and there. But yeah, no, I don't think this is gonna work out so well. And no, it unfortunately did not. But I will keep an eye on it and see if it ever gets a playable badge or whatnot. And if it ever does, I'll come and get a little gameplay on it. But until then, unfortunately, I can't do what it can't do. I can't sit there and waste all of its stupid keys for the day because of the de novo just on the Steam Deck. Gotta try the Allies and the Firebat, and I think I'll only be able to get to the small form factor PC, but I'll at least be able to get to a PC that should be able to run it halfway decently. I'm not sure if any of these are actually gonna run quite so well. The Allies will probably be similar to this, or crash, or who knows. But they are a little bit more powerful than they're Windows based, but they usually have outdated drivers for the GPUs. I don't know, maybe you can just go to the AMD website and try to download drivers. I might just try to do that, but I don't think so. I think I've tried that before and I think it just doesn't show up. But in any case, that is all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, even though it was a big fat fail. But hey, at least we tried. And you know not to waste your time with it if all you have is a Steam Deck right now. But in any case, that's all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoy making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.